As the daughter of immigrants, financial struggles were part of my everyday reality. In high school, I became homeless and had to live in a women's shelter. Thankfully, being an APIA McDonald's scholar enabled me to attend college and begin a new chapter in my life. And now, my reality is filled with endless possibilities.
맥도날드는 아시안 아메리칸 학생들을 위해 APIA 스칼렛으로 약 $300만 지원했습니다. 자세한 정보는 apanext.com.
네, 안녕하세요. 맥도날드 2024 apanext 온라인 칼리지 워크숍에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 저는 이번 워크숍 진행을 맡은 미주중앙일보 박경은입니다. 중앙일보가 주최하는 이번 온라인 워크숍은 맥도날드 apanext 프로그램의 후원으로 미래를 준비하는 차세대를 위해 다양한 분야의 전문가와 그들의 인사이트를 소개해주고자 마련됐습니다. 맥도날드는 2019년부터 아시아 태평양계 학생들을 지원하기 위해 APIA 스칼러스를 통해 약 $300만 수여해왔습니다. 올해는 시그넷 에듀케이션과 함께하는 대학 입시 세션과 옐로우 체어 컬렉티브의 정신건강 지원 프로그램을 포함한 오프라인 행사가 11월 16일에 에머슨 칼리지 LA 캠퍼스에서 열립니다. 더 자세한 내용은 영상 시청 후 apanext.com에서 확인해 주시기 바랍니다. 그럼 본격적으로 워크숍 인터뷰를 시작하겠습니다. 맥도날드 apaNEXT가 후원하는 2024 온라인 칼리지 워크숍의 네 번째 멘토는 아란 잉글리시라는 플랫폼과 다양한 영어 학습 콘텐츠를 통해 영어 학습 방법을 공유해 주시는 김아란 에듀테이너입니다. 김아란 에듀테이너를 모셔보겠습니다. Hi, Aran. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, for having me.
Could you briefly introduce yourself?
Hey everyone. 안녕하세요. 아란 잉글리시입니다. This is my signature hello. I'm Aran Kim, also known as an edutainer. Edutainer is a word that combined educator and also entertainer. So I incorporate music, culture, media, and some fun stuff into my education. I teach English on my YouTube channel, Aran TV, and also my platform, www.aran.kim. I also wrote a book on how I mastered English. I know I still have a long way to go, but I shared how I learned English as a second language, and yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, let's move on to the interview. So the first question is that you've shared that people often think you are an Asian American who was born and raised in the US because of how fluent you are in English, even though you are fully educated in Korea. So how did moments like these shape the way you see yourself?
Well, I never knew I would be able to speak a foreign language this fluently. When I first came to America as an exchange student, I struggled a lot. I didn't understand a lot of what the professor said or what my friends said, so I always felt behind. And I remember I was wishing I wish I could speak English better. Oh, when could I ever speak English well? But at the end of my exchange student program, I was mistaken as a native speaker. So I thought, wow, if I put my mind to something, I could do it. I could achieve it. And so it gave me a lot of confidence in my potential as well. If I put a lot of thought and mind and effort into swimming per se, then I could be a good swimmer too. Right now I can't swim, but if I try, I could. And if I learned how to edit videos, then I would be a good video editor as well. It gave me some kind of confidence, and I started to really believe in other people's potential as well. I never knew I would be able to speak English this well. So if you also try, then you would be able to exceed your potential as well. So,
thank you. From your experiences, what advice would you give students to help them break free from stereotypes and focus on their own growth?
I think first we need to believe in our potential. we have so much potential. You who are watching have so much potential. You have no idea. And to believe in that, I think having a good mentor that really cares about you and believes in you, even when you don't believe in yourself, is so, so crucial. For me, I thankfully met a phenomenal and caring and loving professor when I was a freshman in college. He told all of us that our stage was the world, and I didn't know what that meant at that time. He even provided like free English classes to really encourage people to go abroad and experience the world and meet better teachers. And at that time, I'm like, oh my gosh, like who wants to take an English class after school? I just wanted to like hang out with my friends, and I wanted to just like leave school. But he like offered free English classes and really encouraged the students to come join it. And thankfully, because of that, I think I am here. And he really believed in me, and he told me that I could do anything that I put my mind to. And I was very inspired by him. He told me that I could be someone very intelligent. I could be someone even wiser than him. These words really meant a lot to me. He almost like gaslit me into thinking like, wow, maybe one day I can be someone great. Maybe I can be someone intelligent. So I'm here to tell everyone that they have great potential as well. I want to be the mentor that he was for me, for my viewers and my students. And so first of all, you just need to believe in your potential. Even when you don't, just know that you do have great potential. I'm here telling you, you do have great potential. So even when you doubt yourself and your potential, just trust me that you have great potential. If you're going to doubt your limits, not your potential.
Were there any tough moments as you were learning English that helped you build up your self-confidence?
Oh, yes. When I had to study for TOEFL to become an exchange student in America, oh my gosh, studied hours and hours. I almost lost like 15 pounds within 2 months because I had to study so intensely. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to throw up, like I'm going to pass out, like I can never do this again. I'm so sick of this. But I studied that intensely and I improved a lot. And for the listening test, I just couldn't understand. So what I did actually was listening to it twice as fast, which is crazy. But after practicing like that, listening to it normal speed was such a breeze. It helped me a lot. And also when I was in America first, I really struggled understanding English as well, but I, not intentionally, but I happened to hang out with people that were Black, that had a really thick accent, and people that were from other countries like Australia or like Europe or India. All these people have their own accents. So it was tougher for me to understand, right? Because I was used to like the standard, like maybe like California or Kansas accent. So hanging out with these people that were harder to understand really helped me improve a lot and a lot faster. So there was someone that mumbled a lot too. So actually whatever he said, someone else had to say it again to really deliver what he was saying because he mumbled so much. But after hanging out with them a lot, I just became so much more confident in listening and understanding English. So yeah, if you are going through something difficult, actually make it extra difficult. I know it sounds crazy, but you will improve so much after being used to it. So yeah, that's one of my secrets.
The next question is that, do you think learning a language can help students expand their view of the world and express themselves better?
Yes, of course, 100%. That's the message I spread all the time on my YouTube channel, on my Instagram, and on my platform as well. Because you can communicate with so many more people, get to experience different lives. One person holds so much experience and they have their own histories, right? So when you meet more people, you get to see, wow, that kind of lifestyle exists. Wow, that is a unique way of living, but I guess that is possible. And wow, a family like this can exist. Wow, a life like that can be happy. So you get to understand more lifestyles, more jobs, more family types. So all of that will help you really expand your horizons and understand what you like and what you prefer in life as well. So for me, when I was younger, I really feared the idea of getting married, and I thought like being married meant sacrificing and maybe slowing down in your career. But living in America and being able to speak to so many more people, I was able to see, wow, like creating a family early on can help you excel in your career as well. You know, I just met so many different types of people that were vegan, that were that believed in different religions, and you know, like all these cultures and all these backgrounds really helped me open my eyes to the world and helped me express myself as well. So I think learning a foreign language will definitely help you as well. And I love this quote that said, learning a language is like gaining another window to look at the world from. So you imagine you have one window to the world, then you only get to see this specific side of the world, right? Just gaining one more window is going to impact your life a lot, but English is such a huge window that connects you to so many more people in the world. So I think that way you will be able to learn about yourself as well and be able to express yourself as well.
As the daughter of immigrants, financial struggles were part of my everyday reality. In high school, I became homeless and had to live in a women's shelter. Thankfully, being an APIA McDonald's scholar enabled me to attend college and begin a new chapter in my life. And now, my reality is filled with endless possibilities.
맥도날드는 아시안 아메리칸 학생들을 위해 APIA 스칼렛으로 약 300만 달러를 지원했습니다. 자세한 정보는 apanext.com.
What inspired you to start platforms like Aran English and become an edu-tainer who bridges Korean and American cultures?
Yeah, because I'm still an English learner, I think I find so many things interesting and helpful, and I just have this urge to share it. I first created Aran English because I have studied English, and I had to go through so many mistakes and so many struggles, but now that I speak English fluently and freely and confidently, I knew I had something to offer, and I knew that I could be really helpful to some people. So instead of just having all the knowledge in my head, I thought like I would just share it, and I wouldn't lose anything, right? Just because I share my knowledge doesn't mean I have less knowledge. So I thought I would just create a YouTube channel and I would share what I learned, because whenever I learned something new, it was just so fascinating. And, you know, sometimes you get to hear something from a native English speaker and it's so different from what you learned in a textbook. So I just wanted to really deliver what real Americans say day-to-day basis, and also the mindset that I have. So I created a YouTube channel and it kind of went well. And still to this day, I experience new culture and I just love sharing it.
What tips would you give to students for setting goals and studying English in a way that actually works?
Well, first I would like to share this quote that said, the problem for most of us is not setting our goals too high and not achieving it. It's setting our goals too low and achieving it. So think about that. You want to exceed your potential. So say your goal is high. I would say, well, one day you would be able to do the things that you could never imagine doing. So I also say, shoot for the moon. Even if you fall, you'll land amongst the stars. So I think setting a goal that is high and admirable is important. And it doesn't mean that you make them impractical and just, fail every time. But just having a big picture is really important. And what I encourage people to do every day is self-talk. You talk to yourself. I actually did that in Korean as well when I was just all my life pretty much. I think that helped a lot because it's basically practicing. And when someone really asks you that same question, you are ready, you're prepared, you know what to say because you've said it before to yourself. So I really encourage to talk to yourself in English. And that may seem crazy, but that's really, really helpful because when you don't do that, your English doesn't stay. Your English skills you lose vocabulary. You lose what you memorize, So by just talking to yourself, you're using the grammar that you learn, you're using the vocabulary that you know. So by doing that, you're reviewing what you know, right? So when you learn something new, you can immediately improve.
When the learning progress feels slow, how can students stay motivated and find meaning in learning English?
Well, I think that'll be different for everyone, but that's why having a big picture is so important. You need to know why you want to learn English before you know how to study English, right? So for me, it was to be a better person. I wanted to be able to understand more people and bring joy to more people and bring value to the world in a way that I couldn't when I only speak English. So having a big picture, like maybe you want to find the love of your life outside Korea, or you want to learn something you're really passionate about, or you want to understand this artist that you love who speaks English, things like that. You want to know the reason why you learn English. So you have to constantly remind yourself of that. And when you want to stop and just, want to give up, you have to remind yourself of the reason.
How do you think students can make the most of their language skills and cultural background to create new opportunity for themselves in today's world?
I would say online, we have the internet now. So you really have a voice online. So you have your own social media, then you can write what you think in English and in Korean. So whatever language that you're comfortable in, you want to express yourself. And I would say just start doing it is the best way. Like, for example, if you want to be a singer, then start singing and just put your video on YouTube. The world is right there. You don't need to fly. You don't need to go to different studios or different labels. You have so much you can do. So you can just record yourself and put it online. And I never knew that I would be able to reach so many people and millions of people with my music or with my classes. But I just did it online. It was all free. I had 0 subscriber when I started it. So by just doing it, you have no idea what doors will open and what connections you will be able to have. So whatever you want to do, start doing it. Act like the person that you want to be. Do you get it? So I would say if you want to be... so actually, I told one of my friends that wants to be picture book writer. I told her to just write a picture book. Just write one book that doesn't have to be long or complicated. Just write one book and Read it to children that you know. Read it to your cousins. Read it to the people that you meet at church, or just do it for free at the library. Start doing it. And with your English skills, you can also reach so many more opportunities. So I want to encourage that you can do what you dream to do just now. Then they'll teach you where to go next.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and insight to our audience today. Thank you.
Thank you.